Welcome back to this third video in a series of how to use SQLiteAdmin. I'm just going to zoom in a bit here so we can see a bit clearer what's going on. Okay, so at the end of the last video we had defined two tables. We've got one more table to go, and that is going to be a table to hold all the information about the tracks on CDs. So I'm going to click there, call table tracks, go to our friend column palette. Start off by defining what every self-respecting table should have. That's the primary key. And I'm also going to define a foreign key to link the tracks back to their owning CDs. So use CD ID for that. Go to the foreign keys tab again. And yeah, we're going to CDs, CD ID. That's good. Okay, and then we're going to have a track number. Just be a straight integer. Oops, stopped a bit there. Just correct that. And then we're going to have a track name, and we should not allow that to be null. And maybe we'll give it a default unknown. Let's see, what else do we need on there? Track ID, CD ID, track number, track name. Let's have a track rating. And an integer. Can't be null. Give it a default of 3. And we'll put a check on this one. Just say has to be less than or equal to 5. Oh yeah, one final thing. Track time. Just make that an integer. And yeah, that's it. Just one other thing to point out here, this drop-down menu of data types, when you first install SQLiteAdmin, will just have the basic type affinities that SQLite recognizes, but you can add your own just by typing your own in. If you want a date type, just type it in and it will be remembered. There it is in the list. This is always in alphabetical order for any future columns that you define. Okay, I think I'm done with that one. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this column up there so it becomes before the track rating. Okay. And once again, here's our prompt from SQLiteAdmin offering to create an index for us on the child end of the foreign key definition CD ID. And once again, I'm going to accept that. And there's our tracks table. Okay, so now we've just about got everything in place. One other thing I do want to show you actually. Let's say I wanted to add more columns to the tracks table. I can click add new column to table up here, and back comes our old friend column palette. Now let's say I've got 3 fields that I want to be text 40 characters long, whatever, and whatever other characteristics I want them to have. Instead of defining them as 3 columns in separate sequences, I can click on this little icon here and give them real names because I'm not going to keep these. put however many column names I want to share the text 40 characteristic, and there they all go in one go. Now of course I don't want those columns to really be in the table, so even though the table already exists, I can drop them. 2 goes away, it goes away as well. So there we are. Now we've got all our columns in place for our little CD library, and in the next video I'm going to talk about indexes a bit.